my lovely sunshines, and welcome back to hashtag a shy moment. I have been extremely MIA from my booktube, and I am so apologetic for that. If I'm being completely transparent, which I always try to be, the main reason I have been MIA is just because life has been kind of throwing a lot of mini curveballs at me, and I have been having a hard time setting time aside to actually film to update y'all, and then basic life stuff with just being overwhelmed with things. So that's where we are. I also just commend all booktubers who are 1,000,000% on top of their A game and just consistently post videos about their books and what they're trying to read and what they're reading and all the things pertaining to that, because it is so hard and so difficult for me, and I'm really trying. So if you are here simply for my book related things, thank you so much for sticking it out with me. And if you're here because you just are a subscriber to hashtag a shy moment in totality, welcome back to hashtag a shy moment Tuesday's Book Corners. So my time being MIA, I did actually read a total of 7 books spanned from March and April, because we're in May now. So we're just going to talk about what I read for those 2 months and my thoughts around them. The other thing is we are now halfway through May already, and I have decided to take a break from reading this month, which kind of kills my personal goal for the amount of books I want to read. However, I don't want to just read to say that I finished a book. I actually want to enjoy what I'm reading, and right now I'm just not in a space to pick up a book and actually want to get through it. So that's where we are. This is my gentle reminder that it's okay to take a break from something if you don't want to do it. We all need breaks sometimes. So it's getting really toasty in my home because I refuse to turn on the air because I am insane, but it's fine. So what I read in the month of April, I started off reading We Love You, Charlie Freeman. This one was extremely interesting to me. It's about a family who consign, and they are selected to partake in this experiment that involves a monkey, and so they add the monkey, his name is Charlie, to their family, and the idea around the experiment is to see how well the monkey can adapt to human beings. And it's an interesting read, to say the least. It switches between 2 points of views, primarily from the perspective of the daughters in the book, Charlotte and Callie, and it also touches on themes of race and race in relation to the animal kingdom as well. So it's an interesting read. I didn't love this book. I did finish in probably 2 days or so it's kind of quick. It is lengthy in the sense of it's 300 plus pages, but it's a good one. This, in 5 years, shattered every last piece of me. This was one that I have been dying to read. It's on everybody's to be read list, most recommended book. It is so beautifully written, and this one is a quick read as well. I finished it in a day. It is very relatable because it takes place in the woman's 20s. I am in my 20s, and it touches on friendship and what it means to have a soulmate and your best friend. And it's beautiful, and it's all things glorious. I cried a ton reading this book. That's not to say anything because I cry all the time, but if you're looking for a book that is easy to read, touches on friendship, touches on soulmate, touches on being a type A planner and learning how to let go and let life take its course, this is going to be the book for you. Couldn't read a book in April and it not be about romance. So what we're reading right now, I'm a little bit more than halfway through. It's pretty good. Kind of predictable a little bit, just you already kind of know what to anticipate. So y'all, I have about 178 pages in now, and I'm so frustrated because the characters, Nathan and Bree, are literally in love with each other, and it's just taking so long for them to be together, and I don't even know if they're gonna end up being together because I still have a few hundred pages left. Not a few hundred, 100, and then a couple pages left, and it's just just admit it to each other. You guys love each other. Killing me slowly. Another one that was super popular, I actually found this on Instagram. It is told from 2 points of views. Nathan is an NFL star and his best friend Bree is a dancer. If you don't know this about me, but I am a dancer as well, and so I loved all the references about Bree. I loved her as a person. Her approach to how she teaches dance is very similar to my beliefs and what I like to teach my kids too, so that was super awesome. It's about friends who secretly love each other but don't want to ruin their friendship, and then they end up falling in love. So it's longer. However, it's a quick read despite how many pages there are. I will say I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it only because it's a cliche love story, but it's really good. And the dialogue between them is amazing. Character development is super strong. One of those like reads where you're like, this is so relatable. I can 1,000,000% put myself in their shoes. The last book I read in April was The Housemaid. I'm excited to read the next book in the series. Amazing. This is another one that's been circulating. I'm a little bit late to the game. The twist in this murder mystery and just psychological thriller and insaneness that are these characters is what? I'm just gonna leave it at that because if you have not read this book, I really want you to actually read it because it is amazing. This is another one that's told from two points of view, from the main character, Millie's point of view, and Nina. And when I say this book, the plot twist is like real, it's real. It is real and it's real good. So last month, in the month of April, I only read 3 books. My goal is always 4 because there's 4 weeks in the month. And I feel like I should be able to read a book a week. However, like I said, I started falling off with reading just because life got crazy and I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't. But I started that month with reading Big Summer. This book is so good. I say that about like all the books I read, but I very truly do enjoy all the books that I've read so far and that I've talked to you about. This one is relatable also because the main character, Daphne, is an influencer and she has this best friend who is like pretty awful, like across the board. She's just like awful. Drew Kavanaugh, who comes from money. Daphne, I don't know where I got Drew. Oh, because Drew's the best friend. Y'all, I'm a mess. Clearly I'm tired, but like that's neither here nor there. Daphne is a plus size model and she has always been on the bigger side. So her best friend Drew is very petite, super popular, comes from money, and just like all the way around terrible person. The book goes back and forth between memories of them in their childhood and then present day. Drew is on her way to get married to another celebrity of some sort. Her and Daphne previously had a falling out, but now Daphne has been invited to be her maid of honor because in Drew's eyes, Daphne has been her only true friend their entire life. The book touches on eating disorders, and I am a strong mental health advocate, speaking from personal experiences also around eating disorders and being a dancer and all of that kind of stuff. So the touches that they have included in here are brilliantly written in my opinion, and they're relatable and they pull on some chords if it's a sensitive subject for you, so I will put that in as a disclaimer. And then the other thing it touches on is just like friendships that are hard and that are emotionally abusive and how you overcome them if you choose to overcome them, or how you let them go and move on from that. So that's touched upon in this as well. It is also a murder mystery. I won't say who does die, but it's an amazing plot twist to say the least. And it's another quick read, 350-ish pages, finish in probably like 2 days also. Definitely love her writing. Another book of hers, I don't remember what it's called, but it's on my to be read list. It was for this month, but we're gonna push that to June, so I'll let you know. This book shattered my heart and mended my heart all in one read. All in one read. So the loose ends list. I cried a lot because the main character, Maddie, her grandmother is dying and she knows that she's dying. She has cancer. So her grandmother puts together this partying cruise where all of her family members come together, and at the end of the cruise they release her body into the ocean because that's how she chooses to leave Earth. If you only watch my videos on Tuesdays, then you wouldn't know, but my grandmother passed in October, and she is she is my most favorite human being to ever exist in my life. And so reading this book, really, I'm gonna cry now. It just pulled at my heart because how Maddie loves her grandma is how I love my mom. And it's a beautiful read because of, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cry. It's a beautiful read because it touches on that special relationship and bond that you have as a granddaughter with your grandmother. And then to know from the very beginning that she's passing is just like, you told us at the very beginning that she's leaving, so you have all this hope in the world that all these magical memories are just going to continue and she's gonna beat it, but she doesn't in the end. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this one only because like I really don't want to cry on a video. The last book I read last month is Get a Life, Chloe Brown. This one was on my list for a really long time, also because it was trending. It took me a while to finish it, and I don't know if it's because I was bored or if it's because I just didn't spend enough time to actually, sit down and read it. It is a series book as well. I liked it. I won't say I love it, but it's about Chloe Brown, who is chronically ill, and naturally it's a romance story. She falls in love with the person who runs the apartment that she lives in, Red Morgan. And their love is kind of like an unconventional kind of love story. They are not meant to fall in love, but they end up falling in love. And Chloe Brown is such an intricately written character where you kind of want to dislike her because she's kind of annoying and very particular, but you also love her because she's kind of annoying and very particular. So she's difficult, but she's not. I don't know. She's relatable even though I have like nothing in common with her per se, but she's like brilliant. So I will say that the character development is amazing. It is told from the third person point of view, but split between Chloe and Redford. They're inside both of their minds every other chapter. I haven't decided if I want to read the next book in the series, but we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. So that's what I've been up to as far as reading goes. Total of my 7 books. I've realized that all my books that I have in my bag that I pull from are all super long books, which is also probably why I'm like discouraged to read, because I want something like kind of quick. I should hopefully be getting back to reading super soon. Again, I appreciate y'all who are here on my Tuesday videos as I try to build myself as like a booktuber. But with that being said, thank you as always, my lovely sunshines, for tuning into another episode of # a Shy Moment. If you want to know what's going on in my life, hang tight for tomorrow's video. Every Wednesday I'm posting a new life updates. We read on Tuesdays and life on Wednesdays. I love y'all, sunshine, oodles, and noodles. Have a lovely day.